Hi, this is KryptoSeoul Erica. This is episode 27. And right before Consensus Week, I begin my show. And it's been a while. I'm trying to do once a week, but yeah, it tends to be a little more delayed than that. So sorry about that. Hello, everyone. Hi. Can you hear me well? I don't know. Hi, Coin Grinder. Hello. So right now in Seoul, there has been a lot of news lately, and I just wanted to share many news today. I think there's been really recent news that came out just today, so I just want to share it with you after I go with whatever's prepared for you today. So I'm sure there's a description below. There's all those links to the articles, the Korean articles. So if you want some reference, then you can definitely check that out as well. So let's just go one by one. And let's see what's been happening for the last week or so. So the first news is that Dunamu is actually Upbit, the same thing. I mean, they run Upbit and the exchange, and Dunamu has released the first Korea's first index for cryptocurrency, which is called Upbit Cryptocurrency Index. This is what it's called, so UBCI. So I'm sure the title of this show was Upbit releases UBCI. So I'm sure many of you wondered, well, what is this, right? So this is actually index, and I've covered this news before. So this news has been out for some time, and they said they will prepare for it, but it's been released really soon, actually. So they worked on it pretty heavily, and I think they came out with the best, first results, initial results. So there has been many efforts in Korea that wanted to make its own index for the cryptocurrency market because it's so volatile, and there's no standard on the cryptocurrency market. So I think a lot of players have been wanting to make this index, but Upbit has been the first to release its own index here. So yeah, I think it's a good start. And I saw the Facebook notice of the person who runs Dunamu, and he said, see, we execute, right? So they execute according to their promises. So I think Upbit is trying to say that they do their business. They commit to whatever they have been preparing. So I think it's good news that this is kind of ongoing, and I think they're trying to make a statement that they want to lead the market in making an index that makes sense and that kind of shows the direction of the market. That so yeah, I think it's a really good attempt. So they have so if you see another article, this has been just released today. So it's very hot news in the Korean market. And this is UBCI. I think it consists of four major factors, right? And there's four, let's see. There's, it's been largely analyzed to four different factors, which is the market index, theme index, strategy index, and Bitcoin index. I guess this means that representative price. So I guess this means Bitcoin or Ethereum. I don't know, but and it has about 36 theme indexes, right, and 2 strategy indexes for this. So I think they take this a lot of factors into consideration, and so it uses the data from Upbit Exchange, which has a lot of coins listed on it. I'm sure all of you know this, but so it makes sense because they have a lot of data on their hands. So I think they're trying to analyze the data and to make it into a more feasible numbers or standard so that people can actually analyze the market with this index. So yeah, I think it's really innovative yet I don't know, good attempt. So it's, yeah, hi. Oh, a lot of people came in today. Hi. It's actually really hot here today in Seoul. But yeah, so, and it says that Upbit has created its own index committee. So, which has a lot of advisors from internally, and outside advisors as well. So I think it's trying to evaluate the feasibility of the index and trying to see if it actually works, if it, how is it going to be adaptable to new market forces whatsoever. So I think they've been, doing their work. So Upbit is really doing well here. I mean, even globally, of course. It's becoming a really large the biggest player, I guess, in the exchange market, of course. But I think it's trying in many aspects to kind of diversify its business. So I'll cover that later. Yeah, and I mean, I just wanted to kind of, compare it with the Bloomberg, Bloomberg index, right? So Bloomberg, this was actually just released today as well, and Bloomberg has actually issued its own index as well with Michael Novogratz, and this kind of compares, right? So this is called BGCI, Bloomberg Galaxy Crypto Index. This, yeah, so I think there are many players, not just Korea, but all over the world. They're trying to just make their own index. So this is the actual article in CoinDesk. I'm sure many of you read this, but I'm just trying to compare that this is also happening in Korea. Yeah, and also the next news is that SKT is actually the Korea's largest telecommunications giant. It's a conglomerate. The SK group is really huge in Korea. It dominates all aspects of industries, and so it touches upon most of the commerce, consumer markets, everything like services, telecommunications, like oil, blah, blah, energy, blah, blah, blah. So SK is everywhere. And I mean, a lot of the conglomerates, like including Samsung, SK, have been very, under the radar of the government to, launch its own cryptocurrency like business or to or its own platform, blah, blah, blah. So I think it has been staying quiet for some time, but I think SKT stepped forward in this in recently. And I've seen this, she's the head of blockchain business development unit in SK Telecom, and she has been going around and ambitiously telling about the vision of SKT, and it seems that the atmosphere is loosening up a little bit. It's even a few months ago, the atmosphere was much more strict and more just rigid, I guess. But now I think businesses are starting to kind of loosen up and trying to get into the market and having their niche market, right? So I think this is one attempt to do that. And so she announced that SK Telecom is going to support cryptocurrency ICOs of startups, basically. And SKT has been really big in supporting startups, but I think even the ICOs of startups, like reverse ICOs, for example, I think they're trying to support that as well. And yeah, so I think it's trying to help in terms of human resources, business model development, regulations, legality issues, and so a lot of the difficulties that ICOs go with, right? So the process is very difficult these days, and it's hard to kind of have the right standard, right? But I think SKT has been studying for some time. I think it has established its own unit, own team members to kind of help with that. So she's been, kind of announcing this for recently for some time, and SKT, last January has been, partnering with SM, the large entertainment companies, with the K-pop, right? SM, JYP, Big Hit Entertainment, for its music platform for blockchain, right? So it has been, very interested in the blockchain industry for some time, actually for months. And I think it's about time that they kind of announce publicly that they're up to something, basically. So, yeah. So it's a really good news, I think. Slowly now we're sensing that a lot of the big players are coming into the market in Korea. I mean, even recently, until recently, the Korean cryptocurrency market has been very fragmented, very composed of small players. But now I think it's a mix of large and medium corporations. People are the real players. They say the real players are coming into the market, right? So it's, I think it's good and bad. I think it's exciting, to see the dynamics change, right? And how the existing players are going to survive and trying to diversify their existing models and so forth. So yeah, this is actually recent news that of SK Telecom, the conglomerates. And like since the Chinese market is actually still closed, and literally all the players or projects, funds, they can't really host like large meetups basically in China. I've heard that the environment is very rigid, very closed. So in fact, the next the closest place that they can come to is Korea, basically. They're where all the market is, and the investors are, and so that's why this article is covering that they're all coming to Korea. And I can sense that basically there's Huobi Korea, there's all sorts of exchanges that have opened their Korean offices, and not only exchanges but also like funds that originated from China. They are hosting their meetups here. So it's been it's been a recent phenomenon, but it's been happening for some time. And like Huobi Korea, OKCoin, for example, as I covered like a while back. And yeah, Huobi Korea, I saw their office. It's grown, and there's so many people there. Huobi Korea, they have been advertising, their strategy and their like ambitions, and they've been hiring for very ambitiously. So I've been sensing that. And Gate, another Chinese large exchange, it has opened recently in Korea. So so this is just it's a phenomenon that's been happening here. So all the players are coming here. There's so many meetups in Korea now. I host my own meetups as well, like KryptoSeoul meetup, but not only that, but there's so many diverse meetups. There are many ICOs coming here. So if you want to, visit Korea, I can, there's so many meetups to attend to. So it's just like kind of crazy now. But yeah, the Chinese players are definitely visiting Korea very often. Yeah, I can sense that. Okay. And next is that, so the exchanges right now, what's happening here, right? So exchanges, they're not totally open now. They're not officially open by the government. They're not saying, the government is not saying that, exchanges are allowed to do anything, or they have their regulations. It's still unclear at the moment, but so that's why it's still in the gray area, and exchanges don't know what to do. So that's why they're going to new businesses. So Bitthumb has his own kiosk, like offline. He has his own. I saw many like Bitthumb office, not offices, but like branch, like kiosks around Seoul. I've seen many of them, and people were in it, and so very interesting to see. And Upbit is very interested in investing in new businesses here in cryptocurrency. So and I've seen many startups that have been, that Upbit has invested in. So it's a different area of business. And Coinone is going abroad, as I covered last time, I think. Coinone Indonesia has just launched, and so it's going abroad, and it's becoming a global business basically. So yeah, and I think it's just they're trying to. Of course they have existing market, but since the Korean won hasn't been open yet, the Korean won market has not been open yet to the small medium exchanges so they're suffering, right? Still suffering, and I feel pretty bad for them. Yeah. So this says here that Upbit, Dunamu, that manages Upbit Exchange, they have invested in Codebox. Yeah. So I'll mention Codebox later, but which is a blockchain like development company. So it recently, I'm just going to cover it now, I guess. It just today it released its blockchain the game on its Google app. So Android, if you go on Android, you can download the app. I forgot the name. I just got it. So they just released it in the press in Korea, and it's Ethereum based app, and the name is Go CryptoBot, and it is the Codebox. The South Korean, the blockchain startup. I think I mentioned this group, the team, a while back in my earlier episodes, and it's a really, it's a mobile game. It's a mobile game blockchain development company. It's really heavily, highly tech China-oriented company, and this mobile game is based on the Ethereum blockchain, and it'll be available for Apple App and Google Play Store. So if you want to play the game and try it out, just go CryptoBot, just try it out. I think it's open now, so you guys can go ahead. And it's very exciting to see that in Korea there's actually people developing something. and the Korean market is pretty well known for speculation and investment and stuff like that. But now I'm really glad to see that somebody's actually building an actual app, and it's working, right? So you guys should definitely check this out. So yeah, I just wanted to cover it later, but yeah, since Codebox came out, I just covered it now. So yeah, there's been many Coinone Indonesia, right? So I covered this before, and it opened it. It's the first time for a Korean exchange to go abroad. So they like the word the first ever, right? The national first, the Korea's first. The term is very appealing, right? So everyone tries to do it like the first of everything, I guess. So that's that. And so Bitthumb is going really fierce right now. Bitthumb is very fierce. The strategy is very aggressive, and I guess it's feeling a little threatened that they're not number one anymore. So it has been, the reigning dominant player in the the exchange, but now that Upbit is doing really, really well, Bitthumb should be, they feel threatened. I think that's why they're trying really hard to diversify, their strategy, their marketing, and so it, partner with Ticket Monster. Ticket Monster is an e-commerce giant in Korea, and I guess it's having this little event where they, give some tickets, team on money, blah blah. Yeah, so like this, it's really, also it says it has its actual a friend recommendation event. So if your friend uses Bitthumb and you bring a friend, right, then you get some cash or something. So this kind of fun event is happening at Bitthumb. And so, right, this article just says that, right, so Bitthumb is trying to follow Upbit. The traces of Upbit, and that's why the new listings are becoming crazy. As I covered last time, the listing war is still ongoing, and I'm sure everyone's kind of like, the Zilliqa was on Upbit now, right? I think it's today, right? Zilliqa? Yeah, so it's just happening almost every day, almost every Thursday, I think, right? So it's just happening so often, and I think it's just maybe a strategy to kind of, get the volume from, small exchanges that have listed this coin, for example, right? So maybe it's a strategy to get some market share from Bithumb's side. And if Bitthumb lists randomly, then Upbit follows it. I don't know, just kind of crazy now. I don't know if it's going the right way. Honestly, I don't think it's going in a healthy direction. It should be, much more deliberately thought out, the listings, and this is not a healthy way to do it, right? And so as you can, Coinone is under. I put this Oh, it's under maintenance. Oh, I'm sorry. So yeah, Coinone, they opened their new accounts. That's why I wanted to just show it to you. So Coinone announced very quietly that they take new accounts now. So it's good. And Bitthumb as well. So if you see the announcements on the webpage, you say that, if you have a, legal name, official name, and a bank account, you can get a new account. So it's open now, basically, and not Upbit yet. So people are waiting for Upbit. I think a lot of people are just expecting that if Upbit allows this, right, market's gonna explode. Some people expect that. I'm not sure. It's just not in a quiet manner. They announced it not in an official way, but very in a quiet manner. So I'm not sure if it's really, they should do this, but yeah. And the government stance has not been official yet, so I don't know what's going on for the exchanges, but that's what's been happening. Okay, that's it for today. And let's read. Wow, there's so many people. Crypto Chris, hi. It's been a while. Yeah. Neo Nerd, hi. Can you find out why Bitthumb, Corbett, and Coinone won't list Neo? Seems strange that they don't want to list this fantastic platform list. Yeah, well, yeah, I'm not sure either. I think I can ask, of course, but it's just maybe they're. I mean, yeah, I'm not. Yeah, we were expecting. Actually, the Korean community was expecting that they will list Neo. Like Bitthumb will definitely list Neo in the near future because Upbit has a large share of like the dominant share of Neo in the Korean market, and so they're trying to steal that market share away. But I don't know, like it's not really happening right now. Maybe in the near future. Oh, hi, Southern California. I used to live in Northern California, so hit the likes everyone. Yeah, please, I mean, I feel like I should do it at least once a week, and I'll definitely work on doing it live through my phone camera or something more live, not just a summary for a week, but I'm trying to do it more instant live, if you know what I mean. So more random and more often through my cell phone. I don't know, through some web camera. I'm not sure how to do this, to change, to make it more appealing. But if you have any suggestions, please let me know. ICO is being sold in Singapore. I'm not sure. I'm not sure about ICOs. When do you think Korea will start letting ICOs take place within the country? Well, I mean, it's just, it's not illegal, officially. It's not illegal right now, but they're just feeling a little intimidated by the government because it's not being official yet. I mean, we're expecting something will happen after, June. That's when the elections are. So hopefully in the second half of this year, some announcement will come out and they'll either allow or prohibit. Maybe. Finally kind of figured out. Can you please brief an intro about Eden Chain? I don't know much about Eden Chain, to be honest. I've heard about it, but I don't know the people there. So, I mean, I'm hearing a lot of things about Phantom lately. Have you heard about this? Phantom is like the next icon in Korea, and they're hosting a meetup today. Actually, yeah, they're hosting a meetup today. And yeah, I'm hosting a meetup for them as well. I mean, it's a joint meetup, but they're being a part of it. Icon has been very disappointing, delay after delay. Maybe they should be rebranded. Well, I mean, Icon is very focused on, global marketing. They have been doing really well in that, and they've been doing a lot of partnerships. So, I mean, I've seen the Icon Medium blog yesterday, and it said that it's partnering with the crypto fund in Japan. It's the first crypto fund in Japan, and they have a partnership now. So, I think it's very focused on enterprise level, business partnerships and building a good alliance, something like that. They say they're ready for the swap and just waiting for the exchanges. Yeah, I mean, you mean Icon, right? Yeah. Hi from UK. Don't go, I just got here. Yeah. Oh, what should I say? If you have any questions, let me know. I'm finished with my news, but if you have any questions about anything, if anyone's going to Consensus, then you should definitely meet up. I'll be going soon, so to New York. And yes, let's see. So I think right now there's so many meetups to share. I'm trying to actually organize what meetups are going on in Korea. I mean, if you visit Korea, I think it's the crypto scene is very still fierce, very complicated, and recently CNBC they dropped by and they were interviewing, and I just mentioned that the Korean market is crazy. So maybe you'll see that on CNBC. I'm not sure if I'm gonna be on it, but yeah, just check that out. Yeah, there's many conferences here too, and right now I think Korea, the community is kind of whenever a new listing comes out, basically they're interested in the coin and they're kind of analyzing what is this and what's going on, and yeah, it's just all that. It's still happening. I mean, the speculation is not that it's not that bad as before, but people are still caring about the listings. They are very obsessed with it. So what can you do, right? So that unless that that phenomenon is still there, I think the power of exchanges will still be very dominant. And in the Korean scene, it seems that the power of exchanges is so strong, so strong. I mean, they have all the data, they have all the customers, they have all the money. So it's just like it's very unbeatable, basically. And I don't know if it's a good phenomenon. It's a hegemony, basically. And I think, yeah, that's what I think. But oh yes, are you going to crypto? Yes, I am. Yes, I'm going. Yeah. Asia Crypto Night. I should definitely drop by and say hello. I'll be there. I'm running. The KryptoSeoul is actually a brand. We have a web page now, so if you're interested in, just go on to www.cryptoseoul.com. Then you'll see my website. It's open now, so if you just check it out, it's in English, so you can just see what I do, basically, what I'm involved in. So this YouTube is actually just my interest, and I did it because it seemed that there's no legitimate channel that talks about the Korean, what's going on in Korea in a more balanced way. I try to cover like every player in a unbiased way. So that's what I do. But when can foreigners put their money in foreign exchanges? Yeah, foreigners, it's still prohibited. So I think they're still working on it, or it may be prohibited for the time being. I think it's kind of like it's not in their priority, to be honest. So I mean, if with the Koreans, it should be figured out first, and then I guess with the foreigners. So sorry about that, but yeah. All right, I think that's what I can cover today. If you have any questions, please email me at cryptoseoul@gmail.com. And if you're gonna be in consensus, then let's meet up. I'll be around for a few days. So yeah. Anyway, great meeting you, and give Min Kim a high five. Yeah, Min is so busy. I mean, he's everywhere and like globally, and yeah, it's been a while since I met him, so I should definitely say hello. Min is a great presenter, and yeah, I applaud him for that. And it's a hardworking team. Icon is working really, really hard. I can see that. I can definitely see that. But some people are, concerned that they're not developing as much, in terms of, the GitHub, and so many people are concerned. But I guess, projects are not perfect, and they have their, pros and cons. And if you just kind of follow up into the long vision, then maybe, I think they'll end up in the, right way. But I mean, they're not doing anything bad, of course. They're working really hard. But can you please put your website in YouTube as well? Your website link, you mean? Should I put it now? Yes, so this is my website. Yeah. So I'm this, yeah. If you want to check it out, then please do. So basically, I'm trying to be helpful to a lot of global blockchain projects to enter Korea and to have a local, strategy here. So basically, yeah, that's what I do. But in terms of the YouTube channel, I'll definitely keep it alive and into like, oh, thank you. Yeah. Yeah. I'll try to, do it more often so that it's more like maybe like Periscope Live or something to my Twitter. I don't know, some kind of different method. So maybe like a vlog. If you have any suggestions, please let me know. If you think this is a little boring, if you want something more fun and more like personal, then let me know, because I'll definitely do that as well. So if I go to consensus, for example, I'll randomly have a interview with somebody. I don't know, something like that. Yeah. Anyway, thank you so much for listening, and I will see you next week after consensus. I will hopefully feel okay, and I'll feel normal, like a human being, not too exhausted. But yeah, I'll definitely log in next week. All right. Hopefully, maybe I can do a YouTube live there or something. But anyway, thank you. I'll see you next week. Bye.